Hey guys, welcome to another MapleStory video, and this one's gonna be, I guess, kind of a commentary, just a post-commentary, unscripted, just me chit-chatting with you guys. A video I've been wanting to make for quite a while now. Some people have been asking me like what I do on a daily basis in MapleStory, because I believe there's this misconception about pay-to-win players in that all you have to do is just grab a giant wallet full of cash and you get godly and you don't have to do anything. Not true! I still spend quite a bit of time, and in fact in this event alone during the whole summer, I've been farming coins and capping coins on 4 characters, and now the Trailblazer or the Bushmaster rank that came out like yesterday or 2 days ago, I have to farm 500 coins on 4 characters, 2,000 coins every day. That's torture, but it's okay, I have a frenzy totem now. Anyways, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my daily routine on MapleStory, dailies and bosses or things. What do I do on just a normal basis while playing Maple? Because some people aren't quite sure what you should be doing on a day-to-day basis because what things reset and what things don't. And I'll just get right into it a little bit. So we're going to be using my Demon Slayer as an example. Naturally, I do dailies on 4 characters. It's a lot to handle, and during the fall I'm going to have to cut back on maybe 1 or 2. Maybe drop the Pathfinder because it's getting nerfed. I think. I'm not sure. And it's pretty much the same on all of your characters because dailies have gotten kind of simplified at this point. I don't think there's really any big nuance that you have to go around. People release checklists on what you have to do for dailies. Things you can do like Commerci, you can do bosses, you can do Maple Legion crafting, you can do Monster Park, a whole bunch of stuff. For me, it just mostly consists of me capping my coins first. I always like to cap my coins. And then after that, I just go and do the Arcane River. For my dual blade, he's already completed Vanishing Journey, Choo Choo Island, and Leshlin, so he only needs to do Arcana, Morris, and Esfra. And for Demon Slayer, Pathfinder, and Xenon, I just gotta do all of them, because none of them have their symbols capped. Because getting arcane symbols maxed out is time gated for the sheer fact that you can only get a limited amount per day, you actually used to be able to cap an arcane symbol in like 2 weeks, back when the drop rate was actually really high, and people would do things like abuse 2x drop event, 2x drop cash shop coupon, and then like a whole bunch of drop gear, and they would get like 350 symbols an hour or something. It's actually kind of ridiculous. Now you can't do that of course anymore, so I think it takes roughly about, I don't remember exactly how long, like a year and a couple months to fully cap out a symbol. Actually, someone do the math on how long it takes to cap out each symbol if you do just the dailies and you don't get any extra symbol. At this point, it's gotten relatively simple for me to get my characters to just get through their dailies, and some people complain that dailies are super boring, and I can understand how it can be tedious in certain cases, but for me it gives me something to do, because otherwise there's nothing else to do on Maple. Reboot players could argue that they would have to farm more meso or have to do other things, but unless you're actively trying to grow your character and try to just get a whole bunch of things done, like let's say pre-quests, or you're trying to collect for something, or you need to like farm for spell traces or whatnot, from a day-to-day perspective, I don't really do that much besides dailies anyway, and it's just something to keep yourself maintained. It's kind of the same thing as just your daily routine or like weekly routine of going to the gym, or let's say you gotta do like a daily 30 minutes of meditation. It's just to keep you maintained, keep the habit going, just keep consistency and just getting your character stronger. Apart from that, I do enjoy doing Golics every day. For my characters, I have 4 of them, so I collect 4 advanced Golic scrolls a day. It's good because I have a very huge supply of Golic scrolls whenever I need to, since I get 4 per day. I think I have a little over 100 right now, which means if I ever do want to scroll a whole bunch of Golic gear, I can go ahead and do that. Another thing I like to do is Monster Park, because you're allowed 2 free runs per day, and every day there's a specific drop that you get. You can get spell traces, you can get trait boost items, and on Sundays you can get experience coupons. I'm also an MVP Diamond, which means there's a chance for me to get extra Monster Park tickets. I can get 3 more, and I go ahead and just save them up until Sunday, or sometimes even like Monday, or I don't remember what day it is that gives you spell traces, and I go and do that. Maple Legion, of course, that's also a big staple. Collecting your coins, powering up your Legion characters, doing the daily 20-30 coins you can get, and just to keep a nice bounty, I have about 5,000 to 7,000. I usually like to keep myself above 3,000. I have some friends who have 100,000. I don't know how they even get that high. Maybe they just don't buy anything? Or, I don't know, or perhaps they have 10k Legion with like 500 million Legion power. I really don't know. But that's also good to have just because of the fact that every week the Maple Legion coin shop resets. You can get things like Potential Stamps, Master Craftsman Cube, Clean Slate Scrolls, Epic Potential Scrolls, Bonus Potential Scrolls, and a few other things there too. What else? Oh, I also collect stuff from Matilda. She's available in like most towns, I believe, just like the major cities like Leafray or El Nath, Hennessy's especially. And she sells a lot of valuable items for a day-to-day basis, such as buff freezers, so every time you die from a boss, you don't have to redo all of your buffs. And then when you're training, you get Safety Charm and Respawn tokens if you ever AFK and die to the AFK mob in the Arcane River. There's just a lot of things that you can collect from her, and she also has a couple other things that you can buy. And I like to save up on buff freezers because I have about like 200 plus on every character, which means I don't need to get a battle roid. So all of my friends who are telling me to get a battle roid, shut up. I think, let's see. I also like to do my crafting. So in Art and Meld, you are required to maintain your profession ranks such as, I don't know, Accessory Crafting Meister, Alchemy Meister, or Smithing Meister. And I usually like to craft like 1 or 2 cubes per character. I collect a lot of cubic blades and chaos cubic blades, and I just make cubes that way. And because I'm doing that on 4 characters, I save up quite a bit of Mastercrafts and Meister cubes, and I've just been slowly upgrading my gear over time. I record it here and there, but I just don't know if I'll put it on the screen. Occasionally I get a tier up, or sometimes I get 2 line stat that I need, and that's how I slowly upgrade my gear. Someone called me out on being a liar when I said that it's impossible to get a character to 30k stat completely free to play, and I disagree because there's just a lot of things you can do on a day-to-day basis to just slowly upgrade your character as you go along. Whenever I'm not feeling lazy, I do bosses on a daily basis too, because every boss gives you roughly about 30 to 50 reward points, and if you do all the daily possible bosses, you can get about, I think, 750 to 800 a day. And then if you do things like Monster Exploration Collection, that gives you another 400 to 500 reward points. So if you do that alone, you can rack up like over 1,000 reward points a day. And with that, you can purchase pretty much almost everything you want in the reward point shop, which you can then use to consistently level up your character. What else do I do? I actually don't know. Trying to see here. So I talked about art and I talked about Monster Park, Gollux, Arcane River, Matilda, reward point farming, Commerci. I used to do Commerci a lot just because I was farming Sweetwater guitars for my dual blade when he was just incessantly booming them over and over and over again. But after I got my Sweetwater guitar to 22 stars, I found no real reason to do it. But I do recommend you do it because Commerci can be quite profitable. You can save up a bunch of coins if you're on the main servers to get Sweetwater monocle and tattoo and sell that for a good chunk of meso. Or if you're in Reboot, you can actually just collect Sweetwater weapons for your character because it's easier to get than CRA. I probably should get back into doing that. You also can get cubes from Commerci, at least the party PQ. No, you can also get them in solo PQ. So there's another option. I guess the reason why I find myself enjoying the daily routine on Maple a lot is just because it's an extension of my routine in real life. Let's say I go to school during the day, or I work on a YouTube video, or I work out, and then I come home, and then for the rest of the evening after I take a nice hot shower and have dinner, I just relax during the evening, get in a call with my friend group. I actually recommend that quite a bit. If you have a bunch of friends that play in the same server with you, just hop into a Discord server and just chit chat about what's been going on. I think the main reason why people don't enjoy doing dailies on Maple, at least in particular, is because they consider it external from their daily routine in real life. For me, that's the opposite, just using it as a routine, kind of like how I just continue my real life. You know, some people, they come home from work, they pop a can of beer, and then they just watch television. That's a routine. Or sometimes they read a book for half an hour. Same thing as just going on MapleStory and doing your dailies on a daily basis just to slowly get your character stronger and stronger. That's also a routine. You gotta think about it more in the lines of just something that you would practice consistently. So if you are, let's say, playing piano every day for 30 minutes, or if you go to the gym every day for an hour, just like allocate time to do dailies on MapleStory. And it's also more important to do it with friends because video games as a whole, or at least MapleStory, is a social environment. It is a solo game in terms of what you want to gain out of it, practically speaking, but you don't have to be a complete loner, you know? Half the time, my friends and I were just all doing our own thing. We don't even see each other on screen. And we're just chatting it up and having a good old time. You don't have to like physically be in the same map to, I guess, consider a company. And I can make that go on for hours and hours and hours. It takes me 2 hours alone just to get my coins capped out because it's freaking 2,000. Don't do what I do. Actually, you should do what I do if you're really dedicated to it. But there's a ton of benefits you can get from your dailies, especially for you free-to-play players. Like, I mentioned this in my Easy Ways to Make Meso video. There are some people who actually go the distance and do Gollux prequests on like 20 characters, and every day they just do like normal and easy Gollux on their characters. It's a lot of time and a lot of work. But think about it, if you can get all those rings, if you're in the normal servers anyway, you can either sell them in the auction house for money, or you can save those as replacements in case your main's gear blows up from like star forcing. You also kind of, I guess, need a reason to want to do dailies. Just like how you need a reason to lose weight, you need a reason to study something, you need a reason to go to the gym, you need like some form of motivation. A couple of my friends hate doing dailies. They just don't really find it fun, and they don't find it beneficial in the short run. But for me, it's just something I like to do just to relax into the evening, because MapleStory, unlike League of Legends, unlike Fortnite, unlike almost every other mainstream popular game right now, Maple is just a chill game. Like, you can pop a podcast, you can watch anime on your second monitor, you can do whatever. It's like a game where you can just disconnect your mind from it. You can just be mentally AFK, and your fingers will just be moving on the keyboard like normal. It's just something you don't have to devote most of your active attention to. And I like that because it allows me to do something else on the side, whether it be I want to read a book on my Kindle or just something like that. But yeah, I think I've been rambling for a while. I just wanted to make a kind of a short, not short video. This video is going to be like 12, 13 minutes long. But I want to tell you guys a little bit about my experience doing dailies. I find them okay, you know? I think they're just something to keep me busy on Maple, something to make sure that I'm not just like remaining stagnant every day. Let me know what you guys do for your daily routine, if you do anything specifically different, like if you do Gall XP quests on multiple characters, or if you like doing crafting on 20 characters, just, you know, let me know, I'm interested. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon in the next video. Take care.